There's an interesting clip that's out right now from Denzel Washington, where he currently gives his take on how creatives handle the noise and impact of being canceled by a fan base that doesn't agree with something that was said or done. As expected, his response was brilliant and candid. He said, "You can't be canceled if you don't sign up." The timing on this Denzel clip was perfectly aligned with a recent trip I took to Colorado to see Nelly headline a tour that included other hip hop legends like Eve, Ja Rule, and the St. Lunatics. I went to the land of unseasoned chicken and legal THC because I wanted to feel the energy of the people that stream the songs and dance to the music to see if it matched up with the vitriol that Nelly's experienced online about his performance for the current administration. What I learned was that cancel culture's reach doesn't quite transcend internet comment sections, and that no matter who's riding in Air Force One, Nelly still got that pimp juice. Let's talk about it. Algernon's October with the check-in on Hip Hop United with some commentary on cancel culture with a focus on some of Nelly's fans that are no longer interested in his country grammar or about the heat index of the suggested party locations. Last winter, Nelly performed at the inaugural ceremony for the current administration, and it sent the internet into a frenzy about how he really wasn't reading the room as it relates to being associated with our 47th president by popular culture. More on that. Specifically, Black culture took him to task for not understanding the ramifications of aligning your brand with an administration that seems to be focusing on minimizing the rights and resources for people of color in this country through their various initiatives. Now, Nelly responded to the backlash by reiterating that his motives for performing had nothing to do with politics. He mentioned that as a descendant of military veterans, he respects the office of the president and would be honored to perform regardless of any political stance. His response prompted many in the culture to open up the cancellation gates and drop the St. Louis native off the inside of the land of relevancy into the land of limited opportunities. Cancellation is what they call it. Here's some footage that shows you the impact of this rumored cancellation. Check it out. As you can see, his tour is sold out, and the audience is a gumbo of diverse souls that are all very excited to see and his crew perform all their hits. The takeaway from all this is that just because a large amount of people on the internet are withdrawing their support from a popular entertainer, it doesn't mean that there aren't an equally large amount of people on the other side of the issue that have now increased their support for this same entertainer. Celebrities these days are just not as concerned about public scrutiny. They're more focused on the corporations that are paying them to do what they do. If corporations that are supporting them aren't upset, they could care less about what you posted on the Shade Room. Just saying. The court of public opinion cannot convict or take away revenue streams, so most celebrities are no longer intimidated by the mob mentality of those looking to punish an entertainer for something they said or did. Nelly continues to shake his tail feather at his sold out tours across the country despite any backlash he's received. Cancel culture doesn't seem to be a real place, so most celebrities are continuing to live their lives and express their opinions freely without fear of audience retribution. Which does make sense, right? Creatives should be able to have their personal lives separated from their artistic output. Now, I do understand that they also have a responsibility to try to inspire and uplift, but they're not obligated to be a part of every community initiative that they don't believe in. They owe the culture absolutely nothing outside of whatever their imagination has already delivered to the culture. You could agree or disagree with Nelly's actions, but he's got the right to make a living and feed his family if companies and audiences are willing to pay for his services. But what do you think about cancel culture? Do you think it's a real place to be respected or feared? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it.